Back home, my mother, she's the one that kind of got me into cooking. She had a restaurant for like 15 years. It was the Southern style spot, you know, greens, chitlins, pork chops, all that type stuff. So I kind of grew up in the restaurant industry. Now I did have a food truck back home as well before I moved here. So I knew I wanted to get into the food truck industry in the A just to see, you know, what it was about.
Yeah, I'm black as fuck. They said it wouldn't be half enough, but I did enough being black as fuck when I ain't even half enough for real. Yeah, I'm black as fuck. They said it wouldn't be half enough, but I did enough being black as fuck when I ain't even half enough for real.
I've been trying to get here for the longest. I actually had a going away party back in 2007, but right like a week before I was supposed to leave, I got in an accident, had a brand new Dodge Charger back then, wrecked it. So I kind of felt it was God's way of saying it wasn't time, hold off, because I really wasn't in the right mind frame at that time. I probably would have been down here in the club partying every weekend on some dumb stuff versus coming down with a business mindset like I did finally in 2015 was when I finally made the move. But the main thing was, man, my mom got diagnosed with cancer in 2015. At that time, I was already looking for a place down here, and she told me, she was like, go chase your dreams. I done lived my life. Go ahead, don't let me stop you. So, of course, to hear that from your mother that's going through some cancer and chemotherapy and all that, it was real heartbreaking. So I was back and forth every week. I was down here looking for a spot, but I'd come right back the next week to check on her. Then she passed in February of 2016. I was already here. I got the place in 2015. But like I said, we was back and forth every week didn't miss no beats. Like, had to go check on moms. She was the inspiration. I had never heard of anything about Dr. Sebi. So at the time when she told me she had cancer, of course you got your family in her ear wanting her to do chemotherapy, all the ways that the doctors tell you. I ain't never really believed in the medical world, none of that type stuff. So I started Googling and YouTube, and that's when I discovered Dr. Sebi. So once I started listening to him, it was like, this is the way right here, you know what I'm saying? I'm ordering apricot seeds. You can't even get them in stores. You gotta order them from some site off Amazon or something. So it's like B17, they took it off the market. That kills cancer cells. So when I found out about those, I was ordering all that, ordering some other stuff. She was kind of in her last stage, so she really didn't have no appetite. So it just kind of dawned on me like, I need to start eating healthier myself. So at that time, I was like, I'm gonna move to the A. It seemed like it's a city for black entrepreneurs. So I've always kind of had that vision of moving to the A for that reason. And then when she got sick and I learned about Dr. Sebi, I was like, I'm gonna do a vegan food truck. So there it is. I actually moved down here with the food truck, but in the process, I found out you had to have a prep kitchen in order to get your food truck licensed and on the street. So at that time, I checked with a place that they rent out prep kitchens, but the rates for the prep kitchen was damn near $2,000 to $3,000. So something just clicked, like, I might as well look for my own restaurant space for that type of money versus paying them for part-time use of their kitchen. Let me go ahead and find my own. So I ended up lucking up. God blessed me with Barnett Street, the first location. Found that, got it going, and from there it's been history. The building I found kind of had the pizza equipment. A lot of the stuff was all faulty, didn't work, but I made it work for that first month until I grinded up some money to get the new stuff. So when I got it, I actually had a different concept. I wanted to do burgers and some breakfast type stuff. But when I seen all the pizza equipment, it was like, why try to take all this out and do something different? I was like, it really ain't no vegan pizza. Whenever I went to get pizza, I had to take the cheese off. You know, asked if the dough got dairy in it, all that type stuff. So I found that spot, just rolled with pizza, and it was like a hit from day one. We had a long line the first day. So it was kind of probably 6 months after Slutty opened. Just from dealing with Midtown and looking at Like anytime, Midtown is like a revolving door. It's busy all day, every day. But if you walk outside and just look inside of every car, people are sitting in their car eating. You know, I would always hear customers like, man, y'all need to open up a dining spot. I would be there every day. Like we love y'all. Like we need a place to sit down and enjoy the food. So just being a new business, every spot I looked at was kind of, nah, vegan, we don't feel it, because they don't really see it. So even though you're doing numbers, they don't feel that this would be a good fit for their plaza or something like that. So when I found this spot, the guy kind of, he knew about it. He knew how vegan was. He knew about Slutty and the movement that she had. So him and his father actually came down to Midtown, ate, loved the pizza, and from there they was like, yeah, I think you would be a good anchor for our building. Plus this space that I'm in has kind of had a curse on it. No restaurant here has lasted over 6 months. Like literally for the last 10 years, it's probably been 10 different spots. All the neighbors, they come in like, we love what you done with the place. We love what you brought to our area. It's nothing vegan out here, so I know it's gonna be a hit. Definitely the top seller is the Georgia Peach. That they're just kind of, we was just brainstorming when we was about to open. You know, pineapples on a pizza brought up a lot of controversy in the pizza world. So just being in Georgia and knowing, you know, Georgia Peach is a popular thing, I knew I wanted to create something that people had never had before. And now it's a hit. Everybody loves it. Every customer comes in, we always recommend the Georgia Peach. We hear the same thing. Nah, we don't want no peaches on the pizza. But once they try it, they in love. I'm gonna make one of our Georgia Peaches. Basically, we start off 12-inch crust made out of spelt. Spelt is an ancient grain, it's alkaline. It's a lot healthier than the regular wheats. It's not gluten-free, but they say it's gluten-friendlier than a lot of the regular wheats. We also don't use any yeast in our pizza dough. Dr. Savy said yeast isn't designed to be inside the human body, so every other pizza place, they use yeast. I wanted to kind of make a crust without that, just to show you can still have a great pizza that's healthy and doesn't contain all that bad stuff. Everything is nut-free. We do have a house-made walnut meat though. We also have a house-made cashew cheese for those that don't want to do the processed cheese. But this cheese melts great, it tastes great. So this is our spicy Beyond sausage. We crumble it up, break it over to pieces. And we start off with the sausage, some jalapenos, red onions, and of course, the peaches. I've always tried to pride ourselves on providing excellent service. I wanted all my cashiers to be upfront, presentable, provide excellent customer service. Now, of course, a lot of people kind of hold, I think, a black business to a higher standard than they do other restaurants. You might go somewhere, Roof Chris or something, get a bad steak, you going back. We've had reviews where the person said, pizza was trash, I ain't never going back. Our customer service was this, I ain't never going back. Why does a black business get held at that type of level when we all make mistakes? It shouldn't be like that, you know what I'm saying? We should keep coming back and forth until we get it right. Like it should never be, I'm never going back. You know, I feel if any customer has any issues, if they reach out to me the right way, I'm gonna fix it, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you go to Yelp, Google, Facebook, do all these bad reviews and then send a message, why should I fix it down when you could have sent a message in the first place and let us fix it versus trying to ruin our name on all these different platforms and now you want a free pizza or now you want this. Like, I don't have no problem, you know. I want to make everybody happy If it's your first time, I definitely want you to leave satisfied. Even if it's your 50th time, I want you to leave satisfied every time.
I'm black as folk. They said it wouldn't be half.
I do want to bring benefits to the table. I do want to offer hiring bonuses. I just called Pizza Place the other night. They little voicemail said $1,000 hiring bonus. I'm like, okay, but you ain't getting that G unless you're around for at least 6 months. I'll go ahead and give you a G as long as you last 6 months. It ain't nothing. But I think that's the biggest obstacle for any business right now since COVID. You know, COVID kind of got everybody in a lazy mode.